This is why the McDuffie and the Humphrey rankings. This is why we have to listen to all this crap every year about, oh, yeah, the Chiefs have roster. I don't know, how they're going to do it. Bills have a better roster. Ravens have a better roster. Texans have a better roster. This team's got a better roster. Saints have a better roster. Vanderbilt's got a better roster. Lane Tech's got a better roster. Yeah, and it's like, this is why people think this because McDuffie's 81st in this thing and Humphrey's 93rd.
It's that football show here on KC Sports Number. Tucker Franklin hanging out with Matt Verderame on your Friday 7-Eleven edition of that football show. Go get yourself a wild cherry Slurpee or a Coke Slurpee. Those are the top 2 Slurpee flavors at 7-Eleven. Fun fact. I bet you didn't know you were going to get that when you opened up this podcast.
I didn't. Keep Briscoe away from the 7-Eleven, the Slurpees. That man might have a tough weekend ahead.
Cannot. I was in a group chat with Briscoe and Jordan Foote, and Jordan asked us like, what's our favorite road trip candy? And Josh was like, funny for you to assume that I eat candy, and very funny.
Oh, man.
If you know that Joshua Briscoe has type 1 diabetes, right? If you don't have context.
Yeah, I had him on on my pod as a guest on Friday, and as I was asking him to come on, I was making fun of him. If you know Briscoe, you have to make fun of him, otherwise you're not really his friend. So yeah,
it's true.
Yeah, I was giving him a hard time. I saw there was like a Barbie that came out that like,
yes,
see that? Like there's like a diabetic Barbie that came out. I was asking if he got it. I'll have to get it for him for Christmas.
Should might be in high demand though.
Might be in high demand. Might be. If morbidly obese Barbie comes out, send that one to me. So make sure I get that one. Okay. If it's not, look, if I don't have to grease up the Barbie to get it through the door jam, then it's not obese enough. All right. I want it to be realistic. Okay. Like Barbie's BMI like 72.6. But in any event, let's move on.
In any event, thank you to Ben Holiday Bottled and Bond Bourbon. Well, I got it right here. I've got it sitting on my desk as always. You can't really tell that well in the video, and you can't tell in audio either, but I have the one barrel selection from the KCSM Foundation, the soft red wheat that I keep on the desk here. Thank you to them, and thank you to the great partners at Ben Holiday Bottled and Bond Bourbon, Holiday Distillery. Look, training camp right around the corner, and you know what isn't very far from training camp is Weston, Missouri, where you can go hang out at Holiday Distillery after. You go to practice in the morning. You want something to take the edge off. Drive a little, like 30 minutes. It might be 30 minutes down from like St. Joe back down to Weston, Missouri. Great town, little out in the country. If you want to disconnect for a little bit, Holiday Distillery is the place to go.
Listen, I'm looking forward to getting out there because I'll be out of training camp. I cannot wait to get out to the distillery and buy them out of stock. So get there before I do. It's fair. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be 100 degrees at 8 a.m. Let's do this. Let's party. You know it's bad when the Chiefs are like, listen, we're going to make sure the media is taken care of real well here. We're going to put up a tent and we're going to have like an actual cooler with drinks in it, like a vending, like they have like not a vending machine. Like if you go to like a pizzeria, some place like that, and they've got, the doors with the doors, they got a couple of those, which like legitimate kudos to the Chiefs. Because I've been at a lot of training camps. They're like, oh, you're hot, die. So I appreciate that the Chiefs put up the tent, give us a nice vantage point. Chiefs do a very nice job at camp. Give them, as much as I like to jokingly barb them, they do a very good job at camp.
They do. Training camp is always great. It pains me because I was a Northwest Missouri State Bearcat, which Missouri Western is their big rival. So it's huge Division II rivalry, Matt. I didn't clue you in on the Division II politics.
I can't wait for the 30 for 30 come out.
Hey, maybe there will, but Missouri Western has to get good for it to happen. But little side jab by me there. But we got plenty to talk about on today's show. Look, maybe Trey Smith signs in the middle of the show and we gotta pause for a breaking news team. Who the hell knows? So Trey Smith still up in the air. Let's start off with this one, Matt. I've had this in my quick hitters, but I think we should start off with it.
Yeah.
He was on the Up and Adams show, didn't really say much. He's said pretty much the same thing since this whole process began. So it doesn't seem like a whole lot. Ricky on Twitter, as much as you want to put into Slick Ricky on Twitter, who has been right on a lot of things, says that an extension is coming. Hasn't really changed his tenor on the extension. But thoughts on Trey Smith heading into barreling in very closely to the deadline. It's in 4 days when we're done recording.
I've put in a lot of texts about this, and I got to tell you, it's radio silence. And I'd be willing to bet that it's been radio silence for a lot of people because there have been no reports, nothing. Out of Schefter, Rappaport, and ESPN's Nate Taylor, who's got his ear to the ground at all times on the beat. There's been nothing, which would tell you that there's not a whole lot of leaks coming out of either side right now.
Right.
I always tend to believe that is a pretty positive sign. If you were 4 days out, which we are currently from when we're doing this, okay, literally 100 hours, almost exactly. Like if you were doing this and this negotiation wasn't going well for one side, they would be putting public pressure on the other side. There would be, think about what happened with the Chris Jones situation. Let me put it this way. It was not hard to get a response. Okay. Like if I sent somebody a text involved in that negotiation, it's like, hey, what's going on with Chris Jones? It was very rarely unanswered.
Right.
I'll tell you what's going on. And then it was not quiet. It was very loud. And whenever things are loud, I tend to feel like that's not a good thing. So I still believe that it's going to get done. I also would tell you this. The fact that they traded Joe Thuney would line up with the idea they're going to pay Trey Smith. They're just, and by the way, in full disclosure, the day they traded Joe Thuney, I did talk to people around this whole situation who said to me, listen, Trey's going to get done in the summer. Like this is a priority, Now, things change, things happen. It's not 100% guarantee, obviously, but I just feel like this is not that difficult of a negotiation. Like, where he's going to be. He's going to be the highest paid guard in the NFL. So it's not, It's not like if you're Brett Veach, you're sitting there going 17 a year. Like you know that it's going to be like 23, 25. Like it's going to be in that range. It's going to be guaranteed probably around between 65 and 70, somewhere. I just think, look, the big challenge that comes with contracts of that size a lot of times is not even so much the overall numbers, it's structure. 100%. It's how you're going to structure it in, what the numbers are going to look like, how because the team's trying to keep down all the cap numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And the player, of course, wants as much money guaranteed as possible. They a lot of times want it up front as much as possible. Like, so, like how much is the signing bonus? How much is, there's just a lot of different things that kind of go into it. But I'm not a betting man. If I was, I still would bet they will sign him and they'll get it done.
Yeah, that's the point you bring up that I've had some conversations with people that I think is interesting is it seems like a pretty straightforward negotiation, right?
Yeah.
Like the price is the price. The price hasn't changed since Robert Hunt signed his deal, essentially, since Chris Lindstrom signed it. Like, that price hasn't changed. Really what might have changed the price, arguably, is putting the tag on him. Like that probably boosted the price maybe a little bit more because of the price of the tag.
Yeah, so agents will tell you, a little inside baseball here, but agents will tell you that when the guy gets to the tag, which Trey Smith obviously has, the first thing they're working off of is 2 tags. So the tag he's currently on, and then the second, what would the second tag be? His tag right now is $23.4 million. Okay,
good chunk of change, by the way.
Not bad. People have done worse.
Mm-hmm.
If he gets tagged again next year, he gets a 20% raise off that number.
Ooh.
A 20% raise off that number would make it roughly what? Well, 2.3. So it would be, it'd be about 27.5 million.
Yeah.
So let's just to round off even numbers. You're basically looking at 2 years, 50 million fully guaranteed. So guess what? You're working off about 25 a year. And then the Chiefs are going to sit there and say, okay, so we know it's obviously going to be at least 50 million. And if you're Trey Smith, if it's a 5-year deal, if his agents, Jimmy Sexton and Torrey Dandy, who are 2 of the best agents in the business and are very experienced, Torrey Dandy rep Sammy Watkins, by the way, and has repped a million other Chiefs that Veach has dealt with. You're probably looking at, they're going to want to push for a 3rd year fully guaranteed. The Chiefs are probably going to say, look, we're not going to fully guarantee it. We'll guarantee half of it. And they'll go back and forth. They'll probably end up around like $65 million. Like that's typically how this stuff works. Joe Tooney, when he signed with the Chiefs, he got that third year fully guaranteed, which was a very rare thing. Like that does not typically happen, especially for offensive linemen.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you right now, in the Chiefs, because he had a lot of different suitors. I believe the Chargers were one of them.
Yep.
And when the Chiefs were like, yeah, we'll fully guarantee the third year, done. Contract was done. So, I mean, now keep in mind, he was an unrestricted free agent. He had more leverage. So there's also that part. Because the Chiefs do have leverage here, too, in the sense they could go, hey, look, we'll tag him again. I mean, would they? I don't know. But they have that leverage of at least threatening that. Well, like when Joe Tooney was a free agent, they couldn't be, we're going to tag him. Like, right. No, you're not. So, but yeah, the agent's going to work off of those two tags, which is about $250.5 million, and then go from there.
I'd be interested to see what they do. Now, this is way forward thinking, but what they do next year, because both Karlaftis and McDuffie's deals are going to be coming up. Will the tag be used on either of those guys? We'll see. But that's a lot of future conversations to have at another date. Because, look, speaking of McDuffie, Matt, I think we heard a little bit from McDuffie a little bit earlier on this NFL Top 100 list than we anticipated. Let me get everyone caught up to speed. We didn't talk about it on Wednesday's show. So there's been, where did we leave off, Matt? Did we leave off at
it was like
91, maybe?
Yeah, I was going to say it's around Tua.
Yeah, I don't know if we got to Tua. I think Tua might have been after the show, sadly. But like,
I can't believe McDuffie got ahead of him on the list.
Yeah, I mean, holy cow. Okay, we're not too far into it, right? So I'll just run through super quick what the top 100 is. Number 100, Ladd McConkey. Number 99, Leonard Williams. Number 98, Aaron Jones. Number 97, Drake London. Number 96, Levante David. Number 95, Josh Sweat. 94, Sam Laporta. 93, Creed Humphrey. 92, Jesse Bates. 91, Tua Tagovailoa. Going over here, I
cannot believe they put him ahead of Jesse Bates and Creed Humphrey. Oh, my God. Jesse Bates is a first-team All-Pro safety. Like, that's all right, Tua. Hey, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. That is a great interjection. Zach Allen at 90. James Cook at 89. Andrew Van Ginkel at 88. Had a good 2024. Quentin Williams, 87. Dropped 50 spots for Quentin Williams. Jesus. Laramie Tunsil at 86. Kyron Williams at 85. Christian Gonzalez at 84. He's played 20 games, by the way. 83, Cam Hayward. Jerry Jeudy, 82. Travesty, by the way. And 81, not ranked last year, but ranked this year. Chiefs cornerback Trent McDuffie. It's the first year he's been on the top 100. Trent McDuffie lined up fewer than 3 yards from opposing receivers on a league-leading 63.5% of snaps this past season, the second highest single-season press rate of any player with at least 250 outside snaps in the past 7 seasons. Only A.J. Terrell in 2023 was better. So that means he's your 81st player in the National Football League, Matt.
I look forward to Kirk Cousins being 80th.
Whoever's 80 is going to be insane. Like it's gonna send shockwaves.
I'm just being real. I don't know what's more embarrassing: the fact he wasn't on it last year. Like, did everyone not see the Super Bowl last season?
Right. Which
is pretty emblematic of how he plays, or that he's 81st. I look forward to Sauce Gardner, who clearly, for anyone who watches football, was nowhere near as good as McDuffie or Surtain last season. Like, it's not even arguable. I don't even know that he would argue it. I look forward to him being on 11th. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like, Sauce, cool nickname. He's up there. Great, thanks. Look, I'm instead of just exploding out of just sheer annoyance, I'm going to try to give it a reasonable take here, which is what I said to you off the air. This is why the McDuffie and the Humphrey rankings. This is why we have to listen to all this crap every year about, the Chiefs have roster. I don't know. How they're going to do it. Bills have a better roster. Ravens have a better roster. Texans have a better roster. This team's got a better roster. Saints have a better roster. Vanderbilt's got a better roster. Lane Tech's got a better roster. Yeah. And it's like, this is why people think this shit. Because McDuffie's 81st in this thing and Humphrey's 93rd. And yes, people that watch and pay attention to football understand like that's crazy. But also, there are many people who will sit there and go, well, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. No problem with that. And it's like, This is why people think this stuff. Like, not obviously the only reason, but this is what, look, if you want to argue the Ravens are deeper 1-53, fine. The Bills are in no way, shape, or form deeper than the Chiefs at this point.
100%.
They're just not. If you go look at the roster. Ranking those guys that low is a combination of hilarious and also infuriating from the standpoint that I understand your NFL network and you're putting out something and like whatever, it's summer content. I get all that.
Yeah.
You're the NFL. Like, maybe put some effort into it and be like, hey guys, listen, you can't vote for your own players. Can't vote for your own teammates.
Yeah.
And we're going to, we're going to have, I don't know, let's call it 3 guys per team, get to 100. We're going to have 3 guys per team plus 4 free agents.
Yeah.
Rank the top 100 players. Because I got to tell you, when it first came out, it was a list that people were actually pretty excited about. And now it's become a thing where they're releasing it 2 at a time on Twitter on a Friday because they're like, well, nobody watches this because it's garbage. I just like, if he's 81, how many corners are going to be ahead of him on this list?
That's another good point.
That's going to be insane. I mean, 9 corners ahead of him. Like, we got Jalen Johnson ahead of him. Like, it's crazy, man.
Well, it is crazy. So the KC Laboratory has been doing this exercise where they have just been ranking their top 10 players out of position, right? Not a new concept, right? I think we've even talked about like the quarterback rankings on this show, like what people have just been doing. They're doing it with every position. They just did cornerbacks on Wednesday. Great show. Go listen to it. Craig Stout is very good and knowledgeable about cornerback play. So he actually ranked 25 of them. So he has his top 25 corners in the NFL. And he has Trent McDuffie at 3. I think there's only 2 cornerbacks that you can say that like he is better. I personally think Trent McDuffie I put him ahead of Derek Stingley, truthfully, but I think Trent McDuffie's the second best corner in the league. I don't think you can put him ahead of Patrick Surtain. But I mean, I understand the, I guess flopping McDuffie at 3. He's top 3. Like, that's what I'm saying is like, he's at least the 3rd best corner in the National Football League.
Clearly one of the 3 best corners in the NFL.
And so when you look at this list, right, and you look at this list, you're saying, okay, you're telling me the defensive player of the year last year was Patrick Surtain. Where is he going to be on this list? You're telling me, Derek Stingley, who makes a lot of big splash plays. That's why people love Derek Stingley. He's a risk taker. He's a very fun football player to watch. I think he's a great football player. Where is he going to be at? If Trent McDuffie is at 81, are we going to see AJ Terrell ahead of it? Are we going to see Sauce Gardner? Are we going to see a bunch of these guys who don't even deserve to be in the same sense as Trent McDuffie? Probably. And I think it's the Chiefs' fatigue among players because players vote on this, right?
I will tell you right now, we're doing an emergency podcast if Jalen Ramsey's ranked at it.
That would be a travesty.
We're doing how much you want to bet that he is? Because
I think he is. I 100% think he is. Yes.
If Jalen Ramsey is ranked ahead, Jalen Ramsey is basically like if Trent McDuffie played on a broken leg at this point. Okay. If Jalen Ramsey is ranked at, and you know what, too? I'm not just going to make this about the Chiefs. Like, if Christian Benford of the Bills is not on this list, what are we doing?
Christian Benford, phenomenal year last year. Yes.
Terron Johnson.
Yeah.
Right? Like, both of those corners should be in the top 100. Quinyon Mitchell shouldn't be ahead of McDuffie, but he should be on the list. Like, that's the problem I have with this. And look, again, we're getting outraged about some stupid list in July. And if this list was in September, nobody would even pay two iotas of attention to it, which is why it goes out in July. But I'm just telling you, it is stupid. It is insulting to anyone's intelligence that has a functional brain cell remaining. Okay? It is ridiculous. Now, like on the flip side, ESPN, Jeremy Fowler does this every year. I actually reading these. Jeremy's a great guy. He does a good job. So he has a piece out on Friday where he's ranking, or not he's ranking, but he's asking people in the league, like, who are the top 10 tight ends in the NFL? Have you seen the piece yet?
I've been sent a bunch of the other position ones. I have not seen the tight end. It was going on in the lab group chat that I had, but I hadn't clicked on it yet.
Okay. Take a guess for Kelsey's rank.
6?
5.
Okay.
So he's ranked behind Bowers, Kittle, Laporta, and McBride. And he's right ahead of Mark Andrews, TJ Hawkinson, and Isaiah Likely.
Okay. Yeah.
I find it the honorable mention. One of them has Jonnu Smith, and the quote is, best in the NFL after the catch. Compared to who?
Right. I was going to say.
Like, what? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that killed me. Also, receiving votes, Tucker Kraft received votes.
That's a fellow Tucker. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 707 yards, 7 touchdowns, not nothing, but I was like a little bit surprised. Although, to be fair, better numbers than Isaiah Likely, who had 477 yards.
And truthfully, I thought Isaiah Likely played better last. Maybe it's just how the season ended for the Ravens, where I think Mark Andrews wasn't very good, right? But I feel like Isaiah Likely played better for the Ravens last year, but the stats don't say that.
Correct. Safeties, top 10 are out. That was out earlier this week.
Yeah, safeties is a weird position.
No Chiefs got any votes. Justin Reed got votes, but he's not in the top 10. See who else here we got. Let's see, earlier this week as well, if I can find it. Okay, sorry. Edge rushers.
Yes.
That went out on the 9th. And I would be shocked if I see any Chiefs on this list, but maybe there's a vote or two for Karlaftis. I could see. Yeah, okay. So he actually not only got, but he's honorable mention.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yep, he's one of the 4. He's actually in honorable mentions with Jonathan Grenard, Nick Bonino, and Brian Burns.
Oh, okay.
Do work.
Yeah.
Karlaftis, a quote from an NFC executive: quick off the ball, has very good hand usage, and mixes moves very well. He's always destructive in the run game. So, yep. So he got honorable mention with a pretty good group of guys.
I was gonna say he's like the only run first edge there, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Running backs: Kareem Hunt 6. No, I'm kidding.
So on the gun, I was like, "Holy, what year is it?"
Hey, V's got a lot of pull in that list. No,
I saw the tackle one did come out as well.
Yeah, I was gonna get that one in a second.
Okay.
What kills me, and this is where I really wonder. The more I do this for a living, the more I know the answer to this question. Like, do people in the league even watch other teams? Like the running back list. So I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but 8, 9, 10. James Cook is 8th. Joe Mixon is 9th. Alvin Kamara is 10th.
Well, no one's watching Saints football, so that makes
nobody
sense.
is. No. But then Kyron Williams, who has been awesome, awesome. The guy rushed for 1,300 yards last year, isn't even an honorable mention. He's also receiving votes. Are you kidding me? How is it also receiving votes? I have many questions.
Yeah.
And then the defensive tackle one is actually not loading for me right now. I don't know why. But I would have to assume that Chris Jones is number 1 in that.
You would assume wrong.
Oh, well, is it Jalen Carter?
I don't remember who number 1 is. I just know that he's number 2. And I know that there was, that would be aggressive.
Oh, Dexter Lawrence is number 1. Dexter Lawrence didn't play. Wow, okay.
There was an executive that made sure that he let his feelings know about Chris Jones's run defending.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's interesting. Great. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. He's number 2, which is just a stat. Oh, that's a choice.
It's a choice.
And then, nobody else getting. Yeah, there's obviously no other Chief. Would have been great if
Well, you tell me Mike Pennell didn't get any votes?
Derek Notty's an honorable mention. So there you go. Okay, so she's getting a little bit of love, but Karlaftis to me is an impressive one in the sense that, there are a lot of good edge rushers, and if you're being ranked in the top 15 guys, I know that doesn't sound that's pretty damn good.
That's good. Every team has 2 of them.
Had an unbelievable year last year, and was in the same group as Karlaftis. So that's also I would point out, because I've been making this point for a little while, and I think it's going to matter here in about a year. You actually brought it up. Greg Rousseau was in guys that got votes. Like Karlaftis is better than Greg Rousseau. And so, and I like Rousseau. He's a good player. But my point is, Rousseau got 480 this offseason. Karlaftis is going to get more than 480. That's coming. How do you feel about 492? Because that's probably what you're looking at.
I mean, McDuffie's probably going to get a big old chunk of change too as well. So, I mean.
J.C. Horn got 400.
Yeah.
So when Veach saw 400 for J.C. Horn, security had to tackle Veach. Okay. I mean, he had to be. How much you want to bet Brant Tillis over in Carolina got a phone call? Like, what are you doing to me? What are you doing? Like, and then Trent McDuffie went and just lit every candle in church that night. It's like, man, one more healthy year, and I'm looking at 4 and 200. I'm twice the player J.C. Horn is.
Yeah, that is insane. The quarterback money's kind of getting out of control, but it does at every position eventually.
Well, I'll be brief. Think about it. Quarterbacks are getting paid like crazy, right?
Yeah.
Well, who's going to get paid on the counter end of that? It's going to be guys who protect quarterbacks. It's going to be guys who rush quarterbacks. It's going to be guys who cover the ball, cover the receivers or quarterbacks thrown. Like, that's it.
That makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. All right, let's take our break here, and when we get back, we have quick hitters. Do actually have a little bit of news to talk about pertaining to this here jersey I have, and a team that is included in this here jersey that I am wearing with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, rocking the Keyshawn Johnson. I didn't talk about this on the top of the pod. Keyshawn Johnson, I don't know what year it is, but it's Puma. When did Puma do the jerseys, Matt? Like, that had to be early odds.
Like 01, 02,
yeah. Found this at a thrift store. Couldn't say no to a Keyshawn Johnson Puma jersey, but we're rocking it here. Thank you for hanging out with us on That Football Show. We're going to go ahead and take a break. On the other side, we got Beef of the Week. We got Bozo of the Week. We also have quick hitters coming up right after this. Chiefs.
Looking for tickets for your next event? Tickets for Less is your #1 source. Save big on every purchase when you use promo code KCSN at ticketsforless.com.
I'm BJ Kissel, founder and CEO of KC Sports Network. Emprise Bank has been with us from the beginning. They were our first network partner, and they believed in the vision of what we were building from the start. I can't speak to any other banks or companies and how they operate, but I can tell you from personal experience and based on the growth of the network you're listening to right now, that if you have banking needs, call our friends at Emprise Bank. We've worked with so many great people there over the years, from Vicky and Aggie to Andrea, Lori, Jackie, Deb, and Aaron, and not to mention so many others that not just supported KC Sports Network, but supported our KCSN Foundation as well. But the best thing that I know is that if I have a question or a problem, no matter how dumb the question is, I know who I'm going to call and who I'm going to talk to, and I know that I'm getting an answer from someone that I can trust, and I know that person is there to help us. That's why Emprise Bank has always been and continues to be our partner in Possible, and they can be yours too. You just have to reach out. If you have a banking need, whether it's business or personal, hit me up. I will connect you directly with the same people that have helped us build KCSN, and that's our friends at Emprise Bank.
Folks, there's nothing that beats relaxing on a hot summer day and watching some baseball. And there's no simpler way to get in on the action than by downloading the Pick 6 app from DraftKings. It's crazy simple. Just pick more or less on the stats for 2 or more of your favorite players, and boom, you're in the mix for big cash prizes. And the best part, Pick 6 is available right here in Missouri. Don't miss out on the fun. Don't settle for a smaller payout. Switch to Pick 6, and right now, new customers can get $25 in bonus picks with their first deposit of $5. Here's what you got to do. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code KCSN. That's code KCSN for new customers to get $25 in bonus picks with their first deposit of $5. Better payouts, bigger wins, only with Pick 6 from DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 18 plus. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Void where prohibited. New customers only. Minimum $5 deposit. Bonus picks expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see pick6.draftkings.com/promos. Got a few more teams left in the KCSN Foundation Tacos and Bourbon Golf Tournament. You can go to givebutter.com/KCSN Golf. Get those teams signed up. The price will be going up if at a date that I do not recall off the top of my head. But the price will be going up, so make sure you get those teams in now. And only a few left. Only a few teams left. We love the response we've gotten for the Tacos and Bourbon Golf Tournament at Creekmore Golf Course Monday, August 18th. Going to probably be a hot one, but we got our friends at Holiday Distillery. We got our friends at Tacos for Life coming out there and helping you guys have a good time at Creekmore in Raymore, Missouri. All right, Matt, let's start with some quick hitters. Before the break, I was talking a little bit of uniform aesthetic here. What I really do like about this jersey, it's a visual bit, right, for audio. So like you won't be able to see this, but on this jersey, they have the pirate ship logo. The Tampa Bay Bucks old pirate ship logo, phenomenal logo. What maybe isn't as good a logo is the old Washington team, but they are going back to their Super Bowl era uniforms. The Commanders unveiled this on, oh gosh, what day was this? In the middle of the week. It
was a couple days ago. I think it was on Wednesday.
Yeah, it was after we had already recorded, but they look damn good, Matt.
So let's just say what it is. It's the exact same uniform they always had with a W on their helmet, which, by the way, were great uniforms. And I will tell you right now, that's going to be the primary uniform in a year from now. Okay.
No, it should be.
This is like when the Rams did this. Remember that? Like the Rams were like, oh, like the blue and gold. Remember that? And then everybody was like, yeah, you know what? Actually, it's a million times better than the crap you're wearing right now. They're like, all right. And then never went back. Yeah. There's no way the Commanders don't go to those jerseys full time. Like, it's very clear they want to kind of go back to what they were, but just without like the name attached to it. I always
rightfully so. I should say rightfully so.
Look, I am not, as much as people love to like occasionally needle me about like my certain feelings on things. I am not the guy who's like, get rid of the Braves, get rid of the Chiefs. Like, I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
I think this one was a little justified. Like, I got to tell you, I think, I love when people are like, it's not about that, bro. I don't care what it's about. Like, come on, man. Like, I actually lived down in D.C. for a few years when I was a kid.
Oh, really?
And I remember when the Bullets changed their name and people were all pissed off down there. Like, this is ridiculous. We're the Bullets, blah, blah, blah. And like the city was like, yeah, but listen, like,
boy, DC hasn't had a great history of picking team names, huh?
No, they've not. And then they picked the Wizards, which is somehow even worse. Oh God. I just remember like people were so irate about it. And I was like, it's the Bullets. Like, it's not like it's like some like, oh my God, it's just about us name. Like,
yeah.
Like, all right. But then they made them the Wizards. I'm like, now I understand why you're so angry. Yeah. But yeah, DC, man, they just
rough.
Yeah, not good. So, yeah, but the uniforms are nice.
Uniforms are nice. I do like the W logo.
Yeah, it's fine. It's good. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, go take that and go with that full time moving forward, and everybody's good. Like the Commanders is a good name.
Yeah, I like it. I call them the Commies.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's a good name.
It is good. Other aesthetic news: Saints unveiled a white helmet. Pretty clean look. Big fan of white helmets. But my biggest reaction to this, Matt, was why?
Yeah, I got to be honest with you. I don't love it. I don't hate it. Like, I'm not like, oh my God, opposed to it. But the Saints have cool uniforms.
I agree. Yes,
they've had iconic uniforms. By the way, fun fact: initially, when they were an expansion franchise in 1967, they in the preseason wore black helmets. That was their initial look that they were going to go with, and then they scrapped it at the last second with brown uniform or brown helmets. I just like I'm very much a traditionalist when it comes to all this stuff.
Yeah,
that's why the Bears with those orange helmets, I get so pissed. Just leave it alone. Like the Packers white helmet looks nice. The Vikings white helmet is fun, but it's like you're the Packers and the Vikings. Just let the Texans do all this crap.
Yeah.
Like it's just like that's why when people are like Chiefs need an alternate, I will fight those people in the street. In the street, leave it alone. It's a great. By the way, speaking of all these alternates and going back, how the Broncos have the throwback alternates that they have, and they're like, nah, you know what? We'd rather look like knockoff Boise State. I just that is a crime against the sport that they do that.
Yeah. The logo with the D and the horse in the middle of it is
Great logo.
a phenomenal logo.
Hate them for all you want. It's a good.
Yep.
By the way, if they went back to those, the AFC West aesthetic would be unbelievable.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I mean,
Chargers teased that they were doing something. I don't know what they're doing, but
you could argue if the Broncos went back to those uniforms. Those are 4 of like the top 7 uniforms in the league.
Oh yeah, 4 top 10.
Who's the worst uniform in your opinion? Brian He's not like some alternate bullshit. Like they're actually regular. They'll work 13 times a year.
That's a really good question. The first team that came to my head was the Jaguars. I know that they went back from like what they were really atrociously, but I still really do enjoy the leaping Jaguar aesthetic, and they have one of those throwbacks. That was the first thought. You know what? It might be the Dolphins.
The Dolphins are bad. Another team, like, go back to what you used to wear.
Yeah,
it was a great uniform. I'm gonna throw out the Titans.
Yeah, we had this conversation on is either on a podcast or off air where they flipped from the navy to the white helmet, because I was watching some CJ2K highlights and he was wearing the navy helmet and I was like, that helmet is so cool. It's so much better.
The white helmet.
Or the white helmet. Yeah, sorry, I flipped it. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
White helmet's better.
The Panthers isn't great either, but
yeah,
I don't know. The Titans is it bad? This is a bad look. And yeah, and by the way, like another team, not that it's awful. Go back to Pat Patriot, please.
Ooh, I do agree with that.
Please go back to those uniforms. And actually, you know what? I'm sorry. One I completely forgot. The fucking Falcons.
Oh, those are bad. Yeah.
God almighty. Get rid of your 90 font ATL on the front of your. We know you're from Atlanta. Thank you. And then on top of that helmet, like you have those classic red helmets.
Yeah.
Some of these teams just try way too hard with all this stuff. When you think about the best uniforms in the NFL, almost all of them have staying power. The Cowboys, the Packers, the Chiefs, the Chargers, the
Eagles
Steelers.
have some good ones.
Eagles are good. The Kelly Greens are amazing.
The Kelly Greens are great.
Mm-hmm. The Colts have classic. They're a little boring maybe, but like they're classic looking uniforms.
Yep.
Very rarely does a team overhaul the uniforms to something completely different. Like, that looks great. Like very rarely. Anyway, that's my 8 cents on the matter.
I'm not huge on the Browns look either, but I've never been huge on the Browns aesthetic in general and their general franchise.
Losing. Okay.
Yeah.
And now they're going to move indoors and lose.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's all they needed for the change. But Bills will announce an alternate helmet as well. I think July 22nd was what I saw for that one. The Bucks also teased some alternate. Let me get a date on that super quick.
Is it 15th?
Yes, I think so. July 15th. Tampa Bay Buccaneers to unveil presumed throwback uniforms on July the 15th. I think that they've worn the Kelly Greens already, right? So, or not the Kelly Greens, sorry, the creamsicles already.
Oh yeah, I think yes.
I wonder if they're gonna do the whites during the creamsicle era, where they had the white uniforms. Maybe they could do that.
I love those. I don't care what anybody says. Look, I get why they changed them because they sucked for 20 years in them.
Right.
But Bucko Bruce, man, the Lincoln
great
Pirate
logo,
unbelievable logo.
Here's the
That's
thing.
the one thing, man. We've gotten away from the iconic the Buccaneers logo. If you want to go outside of football, the Whalers logo.
Yep.
Replaced by one of the blandest, most boring uniforms of all time, Carolina.
They've started to do a little bit more with the Hurricanes aesthetic, but yeah.
They'll suck, and they always will suck.
Yeah.
But it took away the Whale. It drives me nuts too. They'll wear the Whalers uniforms down there.
Oh, yeah, that's bad.
Like dancing on a grave. Nordiques, great uniform back in the day. But don't worry. The NHL is going to put another team in Atlanta instead of put one in Quebec. That'll do well. It'll be great. Can't wait. Can't wait for the Thrashers, the sequel. But yeah, no, there are some great logos. Bucko Bruce is right up there.
I agree. I think it all kind of started with the modernization, obviously, of all these logos and kind of softening it up. The NBA was really bad about this with the uniforms, where they just made everything look like a practice uniform, and they made everything look like remember when the Jazz released their uniforms, and they're just like, this one is yellow, this one is white, this one is black with white font, and you're just like, are these your practice jerseys? Oh no, these are your game. Oh, okay. I think we've started to go a little bit more towards the maximalist side of things when it comes to uniforms, which should be the way. Like, it's supposed to be fun, it's supposed to be exciting, it's supposed to be colorful, I think. But I think that we are getting back in the right direction. Nature is healing is what I'm trying to say.
I am offended by the NBA on every aesthetic level that there is. The
NBA does a lot of shit to piss me off. I'm gonna be honest.
The NBA is like, hey, you know, it'd be great. How do you feel about 25 different uniforms, 18 different primary team colors, and 37 court designs?
Hey, right, bro. But not for the finals, though. Not for the finals. You can only use these in the regular season.
Yes, there will be nothing for the finals. That's not important. Like, can we stop changing the fucking courts every game? Like, half the time you turn the game on, like, who the fuck's playing? Who is this? Right. Like, oh, the Clippers, but they're wearing green. You're like, okay, it's enough. It's enough. Have a home jersey, have an away jersey, and I don't give a shit. You want to have a third jersey, you want to have a City Connect jersey, whatever. By the way, baseball's not getting off the hook with this either. No. Okay? The Red Sox wearing yellow uniforms. Put them all on the pitcher's mound and set them on fire. All of them. Every last one of them. They're awful. The White Sox wearing the Bulls colors. Like, what does Reinsdorf think he's going to confuse everybody? Like, oh, they're good again. Like, no, they suck. They suck. The jerseys suck. Set all the jerseys on fire. It's just such a cheap, transparent ploy to make a buck. Like, we're going to sell 900 uniforms. And the NBA is the worst with this. They're the worst offenders. They will do anything to make $5. Guys, home, away, you want to go with an alternate, fine. One court design, that's it. Like, I cannot see. You watch a game from the 90s, and I say, oh, it's like, I know who's playing. You watch a game now, and you're like, who's that? The Celtics there in green? No, it's the Knicks on St. Patrick's Day. Like, it's a guess because everyone wants to see the Knicks in green, which, by the way, they did for years. It's just, and then the Knicks have like their City Connect uniforms that for a while looked awful. Now, like, they're halfway decent, but it's like, you're the Knicks.
Yeah.
Just wear your uniforms. Stop it. It's enough out of you. Oh, it drives me crazy.
But Matt, how is Michael Rubin going to make any more money?
Yeah, we know your thoughts on Michael Rubin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm this close to putting. He's on a watch list. It is beyond. Stop doing it. And like, by the way, if you want to create all these monstrosities and sell them, I don't give a shit. But stop wearing them on the field. And again, it's like, oh, it's promotions. I got to tell you, it's the last thing in the world for me is that's promotion.
Yeah,
is looking at the White Sox in red and black uniforms. It's Chicago. No, it's the Bulls. It's not Chicago. It's the Bulls.
Yeah, that's tough.
Who, by the way, suck. Like, hate to tell everybody, I live outside Chicago. Michael Jordan's been gone for 30 years. It's over. It's over. Okay? Enjoy Isaac Okoro. It's over.
I saw something that the Bulls had like Zach LaVine, and they had all like these guys to just sign like decent sized contracts, and they didn't get a first round pick for any of them. I'll have to go find out.
They're one of the 5-6 dumbest franchises in the sport, and we got to listen to these people like, well, you know, they're an iconic franchise. No, they're not. Like they were 30 years ago. If the Patriots suck for 30 years. We got to sit here and go, like, well, you know, back when Brady was 20 and not 70, you know, they were iconic. Well, that's nice. It's over.
Well, I think it's an interesting conversation to have when it comes to the How long are we going to put up with the Cowboys being like in that regard?
What are they, just permanently America's team? Since when? Who the hell's like, damn, can't wait to watch Dallas in week 8? How, like, here, actually, perfect way to wrap this part of the show up. When everybody tunes in on Thanksgiving, who the fuck's tuning in to watch the Cowboys? Nobody. Not a single soul on earth who's not a Cowboys fan is going, man, Chiefs are playing them? Well, yeah, I guess that's all right. But Dak, here we go. Just, 80 times as they throw for 200 yards and a pick. Like, I'm sure that everyone's tuning into that game to watch Jerry and Dak and all the rest of the guys. I'm sure that's what the reason is. I'm sure it's not the other team. Oh, it's so bad. It's ridiculous. Yeah, they've not been America's team for about 20 years running now, but keep living off that. It's great.
Yep. All right, a couple more for the quick hitters here. Tristan Wirfs, kind of a surprising story that kind of popped up out of nowhere. On Monday, I think this was July 9th, whenever that day was. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to be short all-pro left tackle Tristan Wirfs. He ended up with knee surgery on Tuesday. Will likely start the season on the physical unable to perform list. Ian Rappaport reported that on Wednesday. Rick Stroud of the Tampa Bay Times first reported the news. Starting the season on the PUP list would knock the star out at least 4 weeks. Interesting to note, the Chiefs this offseason, or not the Chiefs, sorry. I put the cart before the horse on that one. The Bucs signed 49ers free agent left tackle Charlie Heck, who is a candidate to replace him. Charlie Heck, the son of Chiefs offensive line coach Andy Heck. So that is a little Chiefs connection there. But Tampa Bay, with a new offensive coordinator already, is going to have a presumably new left tackle as well.
Not nothing. He is a great player. So Buccaneers without him, as you mentioned, for the first 4 weeks of the year, at minimum. Look, I mean, I would argue right now he's probably the best left tackle in football. And if he's not, he's in the top 3. So their first 4 weeks, listen, you're getting the Falcons to start. Not a great pass rush there. Rookies, okay, fine.
Yep.
Then you get the Texans on Monday night. That's not going to be an easy ask, although the Chiefs beat him in the playoffs with you and me a tackle. So, factor that in. Then they play the Jets, who are good defensively, but they should beat the Jets. Even without, I'm not going to go too nuts about that one. And then, by the way, the Eagles week 4.
Yeah.
So it's going to be challenging. I feel like if you're the Bucs, it's at Atlanta, at Houston, the Jets and Eagles at home. Like, your goal is, hey, let's beat the Falcons, let's beat the Jets, and then pull out one of the other games.
Yeah.
And if you can do that, you're fine. But no, it's not nothing, man. That's a real one. That's a real injury. Certainly
is a real one. Kind of came out of nowhere as well. Speaking of another injury that happened, this one happened on the 4th of July. Kind of a weird one that happened with running back Najee Harris. Now, this isn't like JPP to the scale, at least we don't think, but there was an event that did take place at a 4th of July event. Najee Harris sustained a superficial eye injury. So just on the outside of his eye, not the actual eye itself, from my understanding and Googling of the word superficial. He was present at, this is from his agent. This is the report that he sent out. Najee Harris was present at a 4th of July event where a fireworks mishap resulted in several injuries for the attendees. Najee sustained a superficial eye injury during the incident, but is fully expected to be ready for the upcoming season. I don't know if you saw anything else that came out from this event. Like there were several people that were injured in this 4th of July mishap.
Not good, man. Not good. Glad to hear that apparently it's not something that's life altering. But I gotta tell you, if I was an NFL player on July 4th, I would be watching fireworks from far away. I get it. Everybody's human and you want to be part of it. I get all that. But not good. Not good. I mean, for the Chargers, you're like, look, we obviously want him back as soon as possible. You also have Marion Hampton. So you have that cushion. But thankful he's all right. Over everybody else is too. But that's an ugly one. But apparently it could have been a lot worse from what it sounds like.
Yeah. But he is expected to make a full recovery. That is all quick hitters from this week that I have, as I am perusing Twitter here as well to make sure Trey Smith didn't sign before
I'm keeping tabs.
Good deal. Before we go to wait, do you want to start with beef or bozo of the week?
Beef.
All right, let's start with let me get the sound up. Let's start with beef of the week. Beef of the week here. We have Noah from Chicago. Noah, thank you for your submission. Beef of the week, idiots at the airport. Could go a lot of ways, but specifically people who cause a flight to be delayed. A little story time here from Noah. My wife and I were flying out on the 3rd, and the plane had just pulled away from the loading zone to take off. Then this mom and kid start making a huge commotion because the kid has to go to the bathroom. This kid is like 7 or 8 years old, so they should know how to go before boarding a plane. But they forced the plane to go back to the loading zone and park so this kid can go. But now we have to wait for other flights to leave before we get clearance again, so it ends up causing a 30 to 40-minute delay for just this kid to go to the bathroom. Brutal.
All right. Good submission. Strong.
Thank you.
And you said you're from Chicago, so I'm assuming you're flying out of O'Hare, which let me tell you something. As someone who also flies out of O'Hare, I feel your pain. O'Hare's its own city with 9 Brian Urlacher billboards outside that he can grow hair now. So that's great. Congratulations, Brian. Nobody gives a shit. Listen, airports are the absolute worst. I hate them. That's why I drove 14 hours from outside Chicago to New York. I hate them. If I never had to fly again for the rest of my life, I would do it. I do not have a fear of flying. I have a hatred of airports. So this one hit the sweet spot for me. Look, nobody. Before I address your point, the other thing I'll say that I hate with a passion are these people that have carry-on items that are the size of a fucking truck, and they jam them up into the overhead compartment. And then everybody and their mother in the last 10 rows has to check a bag that they shouldn't have had to check because some asshole was like, I know it doesn't fit in the thing and it's 97 pounds, but can I just put it up there? Like, no, you can't. Dump all this shit out of the exit hatch. I don't care. You know what? I have the common courtesy to like bring something that's actually going to fit in the little, the parameters they give you. And yet you have some jerk off who's like, hold on a minute. Hold on. I packed my house. Is that okay? Like, no, actually it's not. We're going to set it out on the tarmac and light it on fire like a Viking funeral. But to the people that you're talking about, those people are also the worst. The kid should have been forced to piss himself. He's 7 or 8 years old. I got a 7.5-year-old daughter. So I sympathize. But at the same point, you know what? You're not going to die. Like, sit there for 15 minutes. And when you get up to 10, 20,000 feet, go use the bathroom. Yeah. It's not like you got to wait the whole flight or something. Like, go use the bathroom. You'll live. Everybody's fine. And the adults, or adult in this case, it sounds like, who was allowing this to happen should be brought up on federal charges. Okay? Like, Tucker likes to often call people terrorists. That person is maybe a terrorist. That person should be brought up on federal terrorism charges. Like, we're trying to get out of here. We've pulled away from the gate, but your kid's got to take a leak. So hold on a minute. Let's all go back. I know I sympathize with you, man. That kid is needing to grow up a little bit. The parent there is the worst. If that was a father, I would say you should have got up and fought him in the aisle. But in this case, you don't have that option. So maybe just a strong heckling. No, those people are terrible.
I do agree. Like, I think it's more the parents' fault than it is the kid's fault. Like, kids got to go to the bathroom. Yeah, 100%. Like, you just wait, as you mentioned, 15 minutes, you can get up and go to the bathroom that's in that plate. You're pulled away already. Like, if you can hold it. Yeah.
Correct. Enablers are the worst people out there. Okay? Everybody out here who's listening who's like, well, I might be an enabler. You're the worst. Stop enabling people. Okay?
You enable me to call people terrorists, Matt. You're enabling me to.
Hey, I don't care. It's got to be said. It's like my wife makes fun of me for watching like stupid shows at the Challenge on MTV. And like, I'll sit there and watch that relentlessly. I don't care. It's a great show. I think it's on TLC, I think. But my wife would sit there and watch God, it's like My 600-Pound Life.
Yeah, it's TLC show.
That's like her one like guilty pleasure. She'll sit there and watch that. She doesn't watch a lot of TV. She'll watch that show. And like every once in a while, it's one of those things you're sitting there and like you get sucked in, you're watching it. And it's like, I'm not mad at the guy or the gal who got themselves that way. Because listen, it happens. All right? Like, it happens. But when you're at that weight, you're not walking around the Hy-Vee grabbing yourself groceries, right? Like, it's your significant other, it's your kid, it's your caregiver, like whoever it may be. Yeah. I mean, like, the person gains 27 pounds in the first month. And they're like, I don't know how this is happening. So, I know how it's happening. This idiot is going to the Hy-Vee and buying them fucking 3,000 calories worth of chicken wings for breakfast. Stop doing it. Like, What are you going to do? If you bought him a head of lettuce, what's going to happen? What are you going to do? Like, you need to put your foot down as the person in charge of the situation. So, yeah, the mother right there, federal charges. Stop enabling people with their dumb crap. Even if they are a 7-year-old kid, that kid could wait. That kid is fine. What is going to happen? And by the way, if the kids go to the bathroom that damn bad, they should have gone to the bathroom in the airport 20 minutes earlier. So enablers are the worst. They are the worst. If you're one of them, stop it. It's ridiculous.
That's Beef of the Week. Beef of the Week. Thank you, Noah, for your submission. Once again, we do appreciate everyone who uses that. Link is in the description for that as well. And we have a special submission for Bozo of the Week. Matt, if you want to take it away.
We do. And honestly, not being picked because of the special circumstances, but legitimately, I think of all of them, and by the way, we've got a lot of them, so thank you very much.
Lots of Bozos.
This one actually, a ton of Bozos. This one is good. This is from Lance Verderame in New York, who, by the way, submitted via text because he couldn't figure out a Google sheet. Point that out. Bozo of the Week, and I'm reading this verbatim. That asshole in the middle of a stellar fireworks display at the lake, who in the middle of 3 or 4 near professional pyrotechnic displays sets off a bottle rocket looking for applause. That is my submission. Fucking guy. So that is Lance Verderam's submission. I do agree with that, though. Maybe not surprisingly because he's my father, but I do agree. So every year we're up here, and there are some people who one guy literally does his pyrotechnics license. Like people set off like real legitimate, like, spend a couple $grand, fireworks. And then in the interlude of these people doing this,
right, is
some bozo down the way with a Roman candle, like pew, pew, pew. It's like, look, you want a Roman candle to be interesting? Do what we used to do as kids. Shoot them at each other. Okay? Then they're interesting. Now, by the way, kids, don't do that, please. But when I was younger, every once in a while, somebody had to you just fire off a Roman candle. Sometimes you shot a potato gun. You hope you can kill somebody. But yes, there's nothing worse than here's a $500 firework. Unbelievable. And then pew, 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 pew. Thanks for chiming in. That's great. That's great. Thanks for your $8 firework you got.
There is a bit on a show that I do greatly enjoy. It's called Detroiters. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I don't know. No.
Tim Robinson is a part of it. One of my favorite guys to watch. They did this show. I mean, oh gosh, it had to been like 2015, 16, that era of kind of comedy. But it was on Comedy Central, I believe. But you can watch it, on Netflix, I think. But they have a 4th of July episode, and they're playing Roman candle baseball. So they're shooting like the Roman candles at each other, right, and then trying to hit it with a bat. And someone is standing off to the side because if you get hit, you just gotta spray it off with a hose, right? You gotta spray it with the hose. But that's what I was thinking of, like Roman candles is Roman candle baseball. Very good show. I recommend the Detroiters. But that guy deserves the Bozo of the Week sound effect right here. Whoops, that was the Taco Bell sound effect.
Taco Bell.
My bad.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
I kind of deserve that one, too, for hitting the Taco Bell one instead of that one. Wrong button.
Yeah, but I can confirm that guy was a bozo, and it wasn't just once. It was like every time the fireworks stopped, this guy was like, hold on a minute. I have another bottle rocket.
He said, this is my time.
We were, I think somebody was about 5 minutes away from rolling over to this guy's dock and hitting him with the oar. Okay. It was like, hey man, listen, that's more than enough out of you.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for going down to Walgreens and getting a $20 thing of bottle rockets. That's great. Thanks. Oh God, the worst. But yes, a legitimate Bozo of the Week. Thank you for others who sent some in. Some of them were just like, hey, the guy who said something about Mahomes. That was one of the Bozos of the Week. That might be an evergreen Bozo of the Week.
That's true.
Yeah.
Actually, I think we had 3 people say that.
Yeah, more than one. We had one that was the Athletic was the Bozo of the Week for letting Nate Taylor walk.
Their words, not ours. Let's just say that.
I'm not
their words.
I don't want to denigrate Nate's former employer, but I also, it was said. Yeah, there's a lot of them. Keep them coming because during the season, this is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
During the season, it's going to be unbelievable. And I want submissions from people you had to sit next to, from games you had to watch. Goodell, I don't get to all of them. Throw them all in there. The officials. But we're off to a strong start here with Beef and Bozo. I knew Bozo of the Week was catching on. My father just started blindly texting me at 11 o'clock at night. Like, I have a thought. If only I could work a Google sheet. But luckily, I don't have to because I have a direct line into the show. So it's just like, I'm not doing this shit. So he's tired, scared of the computer. But it's okay.
Honestly, I wish I could be scared of a computer too.
I was willing to be retired.
Yep. Same. I'm 27 years old already.
Kissel, hey. Make this happen.
Let's do it. Let's start kicking the 401k. All right. I think that's gonna do it. Matt, All-Star game coming up. Are you interested even a little bit in the home run derby? Final thoughts here?
No. You know what? No, not really. I think you've seen one, you've seen them all.
Right. That's like dunk contest now. The dunk contest sucks. It's bad.
Dude, dunk contest. Stop letting these guys have 8 attempts.
Yeah.
You're an NBA player in a dunk. You get 1 attempt. You screwed up. That's your problem.
Mm-hmm.
The only home run derby, I can't speak. As by the way, somebody in the last show commented Verderame slurs his words really bad. It's because I'm drunk. It's I wish that was the case. It's because I'm from New York and I'm stupid. The only home run derby I remember that I really remember being like, well, that's pretty cool, was when Josh Hamilton came back from all the issues he had off the field.
Yeah.
Put on that show in Yankee Stadium.
Didn't win it, though.
He didn't win it. If you're right, didn't Justin Morneau win it?
He won. Yeah. So it's crazy because he set the record for most home runs in a home run derby, but lost the home run derby.
It was unbelievable. Watching it, I was like, this is really cool. This is actually based on everything you went through and all. Other than that, man, I mean, I grew up an A's fan, so I remember Cespedes at Citi Field. He won. It's like, all right, can you win a World Series, please? I don't know. It's fine. I will say though, of all the All-Star games, the baseball one's the best one because you actually have to play the sport. It's not some ridiculous amateur hour nonsense.
I agree. They do have the best All-Star week. I guess it's not really a weekend because they play it in the middle of the goddamn week, which is so baseball, right? There's we can have this on a Sunday when no one's watching. No, let's actually have it on Wednesday.
I would love to see them though go back to when the players wore their actual uniforms on the field.
I think they're going to. I think this year is the first year they're going back to it. Yeah,
that's great because when they started doing a lot of American, just stop. I get it. Please just stop. No one's asking for this.
Yeah,
it's not like football. I know what team the guy's on. They're either in the dugout or they're fielding. I've got it. Thanks. Right. I figured it out. I know I'm a New Yorker and I'm stupid, but I was able to put together that those are 2 separate teams. Thank you.
Yeah, that is very fun. I did actually like when they played the Pro Bowl in Hawaii and they had the Pro Bowl uniforms and all the teams wore their helmets. That was cool. That's a cool.
Because in football, obviously you can't wear the uniform. But the uniforms for the Hawaii, especially in the 80s and early 90s, were pretty neat. Yeah. And then they had all the helmets on. Yeah, I agree. By the way, remember years ago when Jeff Saturday played for the Packers at the end of his career and he made the Pro Bowl and they allowed him to snap the Peyton one more time?
Pretty cool.
Man, I was like, man, some D tackle should light him up.
Just oh gosh, was it Sean Taylor?
Yeah, it was Brian Mormon. He killed him. He hit him 1,000 miles an hour on a punt there. Sean Taylor hit him and lit him up like a Christmas. Sean Taylor, R.I.P. What a player.
I know, dude.
But Jeff Saturday, that's we're gonna have an honorific. Something tackle should have been. Guess what? And then just into next month, would have been gross. What an all-time moment.
Man rushed the fuck out of him.
Yards off the ball. Yeah. So, or it's a blitzing linebacker. Just absolutely decent. I would watch the Pro Bowl forever if they did stuff like that in the Pro Bowl. Just make it what the XFL is supposed to be with Vince McMahon. There's just no rules.
Right.
Some guys 3 steps out of bounds, doesn't matter. drive into the stand. I know the downside of that is we might have a massive amount of injuries.
Yeah.
Pro Bowl.
My favorite XFL rule that they had pre obviously reboot XFL 1, I should call it.
Original XFL.
Yeah, is when they didn't do the coin toss. They dropped the football like out of a plane or like a helicopter and had them run and go get it. And whoever got it got the ball first.
It's amazing.
Great idea.
I was 12 when that launched, and I was like, all right. And I watched a quarter of the first game. This is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Right, yeah.
But I just couldn't get through a quarter of it. This is awful. Yeah, good time. The doc, the 30 for 30, was actually pretty good.
Very good. Yeah, I think it's gonna. That is a good one that they do. I did confirm that the All-Star uniforms and primary and the primary home and road will be
cool.
For the game.
I like that. Like that's always cool. I used to really love the All-Star game, man, because as a kid it was like
it's cool. It's the first game I ever kept score in. Awful game to try to keep score because of all the substitutions. But as the first game that I ever like kept score with on TV was an All-Star. I don't remember what year it was. Had to be like 2008 maybe probably before that 2006 probably and I kept score for it, and it was the first game I did on TV was an All-Star game.
Wow, okay, yeah, that'd be a hell of a game to learn how to score,
right? I got to learn a whole lot, I'll tell you what.
Yeah. But I used to love watching the All-Star game. Nobody gives a shit about this, but I used to be a massive baseball fan. I can honestly say up through college and even the early years after college, I could name everybody on every team in the league. I knew the top 100 prospects. I watched baseball every night. Baseball Tonight and the soundtrack of it was like the soundtrack of my summer as a kid. Because keep in mind, I grew up an A's fan in New York, and those games started at 10:05 Eastern.
Yeah,
so I'd sit up and watch those games, and I loved baseball. And then it just started to change. It's like, okay, 8 teams have a shot to win. And Manfred has done nothing but screw the sport up, in my opinion. And I don't know. It's like once John Fisher took the team over, I was like, I don't know. Like, yeah. I hate this guy, and I hate what he's doing on my team. And now, like, because I've gotten to know people with the Brewers, I do actively root for them. I keep up with them every night. But, like, I don't watch the sport in the same way I used to, where I knew everybody. It's just different. But it's cool to go back to those uniforms.
Last question. Did you know the NFL or the MLB draft is on Sunday?
No.
There you go.
No. Also, great job by having it on Sunday night. That's great.
Yeah, that's what they're putting on.
What about Tuesday afternoon? Is that open? Like, can we put it on at 9 a.m. on a Monday? Can we and make sure it's not televised?
Hang on. I think there's more rounds. So.
Oh, good.
I
60.
I really do think that. Well, they've cut it down in recent years. So it is.
You're right.
Yeah. It is the 13th and 14th. That's Sunday? Yeah, that's Sunday and Monday. I believe
baseball's just unbelievable. Like,
I believe that Monday day starts at 11 a.m.
Good, huge. I always loved Michael Kadai. Remember Michael Kadai with the Twins?
Oh yeah, I remember Michael Kadai.
His story of getting drafted was he was in math class in high school, and his teacher came in and was like, "By the way, you got drafted."
Right.
Like, that's the most like football has turned the draft into an unbelievable event that makes millions and millions and millions. Baseball's like, what do you think? Should we tell half the guys they got drafted while they're busy doing a chem lab? Yeah. All right. Maybe don't even tell them. Don't even tell. Like, make them look it up. It's just baseball just creates ways to bury it.
It does. Last point here. Day 1, rounds 1 through 3, Sunday, July 13th, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern time on MLB Network, MLB.com, and ESPN. Day 2, rounds 4 to 20. Monday, July 14th, starting time at 11:30 a.m. Eastern.
Finishing time, Labor Day.
Right.
You can only until someone dies, and then we keep going.
You can only find that one on MLB.com. They're not broadcasting that one.
Not even putting it on MLB Network. Oh my God! They're like, we're good. We're good. It's a great way to sell a sport, guys. Way to go.
All right, that's going to do it for this week's edition of That Baseball Show and That Football Show. Appreciate you guys tuning in during the deadest part of the season. I do think this is dead. What? It might be deader actually after we get past the 15th and like Trey Smith news is like here and gone.
We got
like,
one more week, man. Next week's the last dead week, and then we're back at camp and everything else. We're rolling.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Camp is just around the corner. And we'll see. We'll see how we do things. We'll keep you guys up to date too if we do have any schedule changes coming up with football season getting here. How we're gonna shift some shows around. Try to say that 5 times.
Yeah, you're drunk from New York.
There we go. I could not be more the opposite. Sober and from the Midwest. But that's going to do it for that football show. For my Verderame and Tucker Franklin, thank you. Slurring again. Thank you to Ben Holiday, Bottled and Bond Bourbon. I promise I did not dip into it during this show. I saved those for after the show. But make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button to become a ball knower. We appreciate you. We love you. We'll talk to you later.